Hello everyone. So the video I'm going to make for you today is telling you why I've decided to part ways with my Chanel Rectangular Mini. A lot of times you see videos go up and everybody's so excited to reveal the bag they got and tell you how wonderful it is, and then the bag mysteriously disappears from their collection and there's really no reason why and no video as to why that item did not work for them. And for as many people as this bag works for, there's a lot of people that it will not work for. So these are my own opinions, the reason why the bag is no longer going to be in my collection, and they may or may not coincide with your own thoughts and your own feelings about the bag. Number one, there is nothing wrong with this bag. It just personally no longer works for me and my lifestyle. And the reasons are as follows. The number one reason why I decided to part ways with this bag is the weight of the bag. No one ever tells you in their videos. I thought I saw one girl, and I'll never find her video again to link, but there was only one girl I saw mention the weight of the bag. When you wear the bag on your shoulder or crossbody and you have it fully stuffed with your items, it's heavy. For whatever reason, the hardware and the weight of the chain on the modern minis is significantly more than on the vintage models. I have, of course, as a collector, a lot of vintage items. I tend to buy vintage Chanel bags, and they are not comparable in weight to the modern items. This one is from 2016, I believe. So it's a more recent mini bag, and it's very heavy on the shoulder and very heavy crossbody. By heavy, you're not talking about like a tote bag full of books and that sort of thing, but for a small mini bag, it's weighted and you can definitely feel that weight on the shoulder and the crossbody style. And I felt like as you get older, as women age, even men, we find it more difficult to wear heavy items on our shoulders, and especially crossbody where it's pulling across the neck. So I felt like if I kept this bag and wanted to really age with this bag, it wasn't going to be a good bag to age with for that reason. The weight of the bag was already getting to me, and I'm not an older person, so I figured by keeping it, I'm asking for trouble in my later years. So it wasn't something that I could see myself using in my older years. So that's the number one reason I decided to get rid of it, is the weight of the chain. Once the contents are inside of the bag, it's too heavy. The number two reason that I'm deciding to part ways with it is just the fact that it's a mini bag. Mini bags have been on trend for quite a while now, and obviously mini bags have been around for a very long time. They're not going to go anywhere, but mini bags are in fact very trendy. Nano bags, mini bags, whatever you want to call them. You're not always going to want to reach for a mini bag. It's just not going to happen. You need a variety in your collection, and I don't want to saddle myself with so many mini bags that at the end of the day I'm left with nothing a little bit larger. My preference is for a small sized bag, not a medium and not a mini, but something in the small range, and this doesn't even hit the small range for me. It's a little too mini. I'm not the kind of person that wants to go to the store and stand in the line and not be able to quickly get my wallet out or quickly access my items. I don't like doing that. I want to be able to quickly access things, and I find that if the bag is too small, it's a struggle to get things in and out quickly. I'm placing them too Tetris-like, and it's not my comfort level. My comfort is to just put things in and easily be able to grab them out, and I feel like with a mini bag, you're playing too many games with organization. So that's the second reason why I'm letting it go, is it's a little too small and too trendy by being a mini bag. The third reason that I'm letting it go is because I already have a slightly larger vintage square version of a mini. This is not a true mini because it does not have the back pocket, but it's a shoulder bag in comparable size to a square mini. It's a little taller and a little wider, but I already have something comparable. And if you are not in the Chanel world or you just hear about it online, there's basically three debates in the Chanel world. One of them is lamb versus caviar, the classic versus the reissue, and the big one is the rectangle mini or the square mini. And I have come to realize that I'm a square person. I like the square mini. It's more sophisticated looking to me. This looks a little more casual. Not to say, it's Chanel, of course it's sophisticated, but just in general, when I'm wearing one of the two, I feel a little more sophisticated and upscale when I'm wearing the square as opposed to the rectangle. I always feel a little casual because I tend to wear it crossbody. This one I tend to wear a little bit more on the shoulder. So that's another reason I'm letting it go, is because I do have one that I love more. And as I mentioned initially, the weight, for whatever reason, the weight on the vintage chain is substantially less than the weight on the modern chain, and that makes a big difference in how it feels on my shoulder. And because this one is not long enough to crossbody, I have a tendency to use it a bit more sophisticated, so it ups my outfits a little bit, and it doesn't bring it down to a casual level, which I don't really want for my Chanels. And the final reason that I'm letting it go is because I did in fact find something else that I love more. I found a Chanel bag that I thought about for a long time. I'd been thinking about what size I wanted, what color I wanted, and I've been waiting about 2 to 3 years for that item to come up on the resale market in the condition and color I wanted, and I had to jump on it when it did. And I felt like in order to finance that one, which is going to be the most expensive Chanel that I own, I needed to release 2 Chanels, and this was going to be one of them. There is another one that I'm releasing in order to finance that very expensive bag. And so this basically had to go in order to fund one that is better for my lifestyle. So those are the reasons that this bag will be leaving. It's a beautiful bag. I love it. I wish I could keep it, but I'm trying to be practical and reason through it and not just keep it for the sake of keeping it. It's a beautiful color, beautiful lambskin, beautiful hardware. It's the kind of bag you don't want to let go, but you know that you're not getting the use out of it that you should. And the next item you're probably going to get much better use out of and be able to age better with. And that's the reasoning why this one is leaving my collection. But I can still answer questions about having it, obviously, and I do still have this square. So if you have any questions or would like to know more, please let me know. If you'd also like to leave a comment whether you've sold a square or a rectangle and why, please do so. Thanks for watching and have a good day. Bye-bye.